Ladies and gentlemen, it's Namibian news. What is happening, what is new, what is tinkling. So we pick up various news that is busy happening in our country and begin to make it in audio and video form. But I want you to catch this one. We are busy struggling as a nation with corruption already. But what you and I are seeing, what has been happening in the past years, is that it has been a great struggle for people to get houses, but government officials have been buying government houses on peanuts. A 2-3 bedroom house, NHE house, costs around about 500 to 600,000. And here are people that are even getting more luxury houses than that for a very less amount, and it's a disturbing story. And I want to take you through it. Maybe you might have seen it, didn't see it yet, but let's go through it. It says, last year, politician Festunus Wakudumo bought a plot and a caravan at Rundu for as little as 26,800. He is a guy that is buying a plot and a caravan for just 26,000. That's to the most part, that is not even what is supposed to be buying for that plot. It says 2 months after the cabinet enforced new measures to stop the sale of government houses for peanuts. Wakudumo is an all people's party who serves as a councillor at the Rundu Town Council. His transaction is part of the 16 government properties sold last year to a group of civil servants. Documents seen by the Namibian shows that Wakudumo and his wife Evangeline Kaunambili bought the 2,400 square meter plot at the northeastern town in May 2020. Officials in the Works and Transport Ministry are pointing to this transaction as an example of how government properties continue to be sold at a discounted price, more so during Transport Minister John Mutora's tenure. So people are simply saying, they're pointing and saying, hey, in John Mutora's tenure, people are buying on discount price. And it's so amazing that they are busy pointing out on his tenure, and it says that, even after he has given an order, that they are still continuing. I don't know, why they are doing so, why they are not taking him seriously, but something that is of noteworthy. It says the minister has in the past warned against the selling of government houses at low prices, but his top administration seems to have ignored his instruction. The Namibian reported in 2019 that several senior government officials have been benefited from what appears to be a scheme to use about 10 million of state funds to build lavish houses in areas such as Suiderhof, Academia, Pionierspark. Later, these houses were sold at an average discount price of 250,000 to a clinch of 5 civil servants. Think about what is busy happening. I'm talking about houses that have costed a lot of money. These guys are getting them on half. And when you talk about Vinduk, the earth is expensive, houses are expensive, and you're basically, that's not even half. We can even say maybe quarter of a half. Because it's very less, 250, for a house in Vinduk. And when you begin to check the locations into where these houses have been based, it's very much unheard of. While most Namibians home buyers will take more than 20 years to pay off their mortgages, this scheme allows a selected group of government officials to buy houses for as little as 300 or less for a house that cost 2 million. Guys, we are in a big mess. Houses that costed the 2 million is simply going for 300,000. And you check many people, we are already battling with the issue of housing in Namibia, and many people have no houses, and here are guys that are simply, and these guys, they can afford 300,000. It's not something that they are wrestling with. They just go into their pocket, they get to buy, and there they go. They say Eunice Tango paid 336,000 for a house at Suiderhof in Windhoek that was completed in 2018 at the cost of 1.8 million of taxpayers' money. A house of worth 1.8 million is going for 336,000. I don't know, guys, but it's very disturbing news. It continues on saying, the government splashed 1.8 million on building a new house at Pionierspark. This house was set to be built to Simon Chivute from the safety ministry for 205,000. It says the scheme, which resulted in the sale of houses, started in 2010. Cabinet Secretary George Simata, then Works Permanent Secretary, wrote to Cabinet on 12 December 2010 asking the state to build houses for 5 civil servants who were due to vacate government houses in Windhoek. The latest news about Wagudumo's transaction adds to widespread on concern about how government houses are sold. Wagudumo told the Namibian 2 weeks ago that they did not buy a fixed house but a house caravan, which his wife was allegedly been paying for since 1990. The caravan was previously owned by South African Army. Wagudumo said, denying the house was bought at a cheap price. This guy is simply just denying. Complaints over the secure system of selling houses rages on. For instance, the Ministry of Works and Transport, Oshana Regional Control Inspector Simon Totwe, wrote to the former executive director in the Ministry of Works, whereas that a house built at Oshakati was sold to Aaron Kayamo, who was discharged from the public service since May 2015 for misconduct. The house was registered in Kayamo's name in 2016. According to Atwe, Kayamo's wife approached the Oshana Regional Council requesting that the house be registered in her name. The house was sold to Kayamo, although he was no longer a public servant. Everything didn't go through our office. He wanted to be head of the office to buy the house, Tudor told the Namibian last Monday. So guys, there's a lot of that is busy happening in our nation. Many loopholes that are busy there, so we're already struggling to get houses, and other people, they're getting houses for peanuts, because of links, and this is a form of corruption. It's a form of irregularity of what is busy happening in our nation. You find many young people today that are being beaten down by rent in Windhoek. You take your monthly rent, you times it a year or 2 years, that's dozens and dozens of money that you invested in rent. And here guys getting houses of 1.8 million for 205, 336. So it's a bad scene, guys, a bad scene. But that is the news. That's what's been trending. So you can pick up the Namibian, get to read more, but it's a sad story. Luxury homes been sold over for peanuts. 300 and something thousand. That's very less. And these guys, they request a house to be built, and later on the house has been sold to them. And it's another way of not paying the actual amount of the actual amount that you're supposed to be buying a house. Most of these guys can afford houses via the bank. They have house allowance, all this type of stuff, but they're still being greedy in wanting to get houses. Please subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much, and we'll share our channel. Thank you very much.